What's up, boys? Tricks Ridiculous back with another video. So what a week it's been for Avengers. The Kate Bishop Deep Dive Wartable has come and gone, so let's break it down. Is it enough to save the game? Is it what we're all expecting? Well, I've got a quick video here kind of going into just that. So before we do, hit that like button and subscribe for more videos. It really does help the channel and I greatly appreciate it. So what did we get from the Wartable? Well, we got exactly what I expected, a release date. We got Kate's abilities. We got a little bit of gameplay. We got some story, and we even got a Hawkeye teaser. So what's my verdict? Well, honestly, I'm very impressed with what I saw. I thought it was great. I thought the trailer for Kate and her story was badass, and it really got me excited to see kind of what happens next in universe in the game. Kate looks like a really cool character, and being voiced by Ashley Birch is just a plus as well. At a high level, this was really everything I wanted to see. I didn't expect too much more from this. December 8th is the release date, which was a little later than I actually thought it was going to be, but I completely understand, and I'm not mad about it. Like I said, as long as they gave us something, the player base would be understanding. The story looks very good with several unique cutscenes that really do look like they build off the events of the main campaign. And just as a side note, that Hawkeye DLC looks like totally unrelated to anything that's going on right now, but totally awesome. But I guess we'll have to see kind of, how Kate's story ends and how it will segue into what we get with Hawkeye. So we'll see how that goes. As far as Kate as a character, I'm still a little unsure. She definitely looks awesome, but will she be good? Well, her moveset includes a bow, obviously, and a sword for her melee attacks. Now, the bow, of course, coming with a number of different trick arrows. I think we all saw that coming. If I had to guess from just watching the gameplay, her style looks similar to like an Iron Man when he's using repulsors, where you can kind of use your power attack as a melee almost to kind of shoot just kind of the nearest target and combo, shoot some combo aimed attacks at them, or you can actually choose to aim down sights where you can manually aim, similar to what you can do with Iron Man's repulsors. Now, shooting the arrows probably will cost your intrinsic energy, and attacking with your light attacks, or your melee attacks, I should say, will probably restore it, so I'm expecting something like that. Some of her aim down sight combat looked a little bit clunky, like if you saw in the gameplay when she was using the explosive arrows or even some of like the charge up arrows or the spread arrows. It didn't look like it was really doing a lot, and it looked kind of slow and clunky, but I guess we'll see. It was just a test build. I'm sure once people have builds built out and are really high end with Kate, I'm sure it'll be a lot smoother. I imagine she's going to be able to switch between her different trick arrows the same way Iron Man or Widow can. And as far as her gear, I'm sure her ranged gear will give elements on certain arrow types. So for example, like explosive arrow deals plasma damage, or spread arrow deals gamma damage, something like that, similar to like you've seen for Iron Man or Widow, something like that. As far as her heroics, her after image heroic actually looks very promising. I'm willing to bet that that's going to be the star of her kit. I think that'll be her best ability. We'll have to see exactly what it can do. They already said you can trade places with it and you can make it explode. So we'll have to see exactly how powerful those are, how powerful that explosion is, how long it lasts. There's a lot of different little details that we didn't get, but overall I think that's a very powerful ability. Her assault arrow, the kind of, shoot and then teleport to the arrow, looks a little underwhelming. I'm not sure how that'll be with Kate having to kind of, shoot an arrow, teleport to it, and then from there, who knows what she's going to do. Is she going to switch to melee at that point? I don't know. It'll be interesting. I think we'll have to see how it plays. And some of the upgrades, the wormhole upgrade, they showed, it looked really cool. You can teleport teammates. It's cute. I don't think that'll be super useful, at least with the current, missions we have now. I can't see a super good time where you're going to shoot your heroic and then have your teammates all come to you and kind of waste a heroic ability on that. I guess it'll depend. If she can get like 3 or 4 charges of it, it might be pretty good to warp around the map quite a bit, but we'll have to see. They did show what looked like an upgrade that you can kind of get a black hole that can pull all enemies in. I don't know if that's an augment to heroic, but I'm willing to bet it is, because it probably is not a normal arrow that she can shoot normally. If that's one of the options, my prediction is that'll be the best one. As far as her ultimate, we really didn't see much. All they really said was that it gives unlimited intrinsic, so she'll be able to just shoot arrows nonstop. That's a little boring, but I guess we'll have to see, how long it lasts. Does it also give a damage boost? Does it give some other ability? We've already seen, how powerful something like Iron Man's overcharge can be when you're just going to spam rockets, over and over again for the whole duration. So if Kate, if her ultimate is something like that, but, for double the amount of time that Iron Man can stay in it, that could be good. We'll have to see how it plays out, but if that's the case, I think that'll be pretty powerful. But overall, between her whole kit, being an archer, the teleports, the blinks, it all looks awesome. She looks extremely fun overall, and she's definitely going to be my main for a while when she comes out. So does this save the game? No, definitely not. But I think it's a tremendous step in the right direction. I still am saying that we need the clone lab, which I'm still calling the raid. They came on stream and said it wasn't what they would consider a true raid, but in my opinion, it's probably the closest thing we have to a raid for the foreseeable future. So until they come out with something that they actually deem a raid, the clone lab is going to be the raid in my mind. Or even just some other, end game repeatable content that people want to play. Just adding another character is great. You don't get me wrong, but unless people actually have a reason to come back, keep grinding for loot, and keep playing, end game missions that get harder and harder, they're not, once they kind of get the character leveled up, they're going to be like, okay, this was cool, but now I'm done again. So they really need something to grind. There has to be some end game grind that players that'll really get players back into the game and then playing more regularly. That's the key. You can't just get them back just to lose them again. You have to have content that's going to keep them playing. But from what I've seen, I'm very optimistic, both, between this coming expansion. I think it looks like they've done an incredible job with it. And then even the Hawkeye expansion that we only got the briefest of teasers of, but it looks even better. It's going to introduce a completely new region and maestros in it. So that's going to be absolutely fantastic. I'm really excited to see what they do with that. But only time will tell. So that's all I've got in this video. If you're hyped, leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next one.